The views expressed by the hosts are their own and don't necessarily reflect the views of Caswells Shooting Range, even though one of the hosts is an owner of Caswells. And now, overlooking Phoenix and live from the Double Wide Network Towers, it's Caswells Shooting Show. Caswells Shooting Range is Arizona's premier indoor and air-conditioned shooting range, plus the ultimate source for using and owning guns. And now, with an eye always on safety, it's time to pull the trigger with your hosts of Caswells Shooting Show, a couple of loose cannons, Paul Abella and Carol Ann Bergeson.
We have returned. Yay.
Once again
we have returned. That didn't sound good. You went all strange then.
I did?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. That was you.
It was like a moment, like a 15-year-old moment, you know?
No.
You go, no, like that.
I've had a busy day talking.
I'm going to turn that round a bit so I can't see you. There you go. That's better. You don't look like Carol Ann any more than you did last week.
I know.
No.
Thank God. I can't be Carol Ann.
No,
I don't look like her. I don't sound like her. There's only one Carol Ann.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's just not happening. Do you have a nice Thanksgiving?
I did. Fantastic. I took my 2-month-old out for the first time. She got passed around to everybody. She pooped on my brother-in-law, which was phenomenal.
Oh, cool. Nice.
So I guess that was the seal of approval.
Fantastic.
Let's see what else.
I ate the biggest turkey in the world.
Yeah.
You
did?
All of it, yeah, pretty much.
That's outstanding.
It was huge. 13.5-pound turkey, me and Grace.
Really? Just the two of you?
Just the two of us.
That doesn't surprise me, because you were telling me after last week's show, you went out and had 4 or 5 helpings of fish and chips at the Tilted Kilt and 7 pints.
It was, yeah.
That's epic. Or is that just a Friday night for you?
Well, it's all you can eat fish and chips. Well, what can you say? It would have been more pints, but I'd had too much fish and chips.
Tilted Kilt should definitely sponsor this show.
Without question. I'm going to suggest that to them this afternoon.
You should.
I'm going to.
You're going back?
Oh,
do they have your regular booth and your wait waiting for you?
Absolutely. Because I go there for the fish and chips, as we discussed earlier.
Okay, so I have to ask you, because I know I have a logic to this, so don't freak out on me for being a nerd.
You go for it.
Have you seen the new Star Wars Episode 7 trailer yet?
No, but I've heard about it.
Okay, here's my twisted logic for a firearm show, okay?
Cool.
Yes, it is science fiction. Everybody thinks that Star Wars is epic, but did you see the new modifications they did to the original Israeli submachine guns the stormtroopers were using?
No, I've not seen it yet. I've not seen the trailer yet.
They modified them because the stormtroopers are back. So this is how I'm linking it to the gun show. Okay. You like this little stretch that I'm doing?
You're doing well so far.
There is a digital reader for a magazine count of how many rounds have been fired, just like they had in Aliens.
Okay.
So now they've modified it, and it looks like a Picatinny rail. I can never say that right. I'm having a horrible day. Thank you. And
doing well.
They've got attachments on it and a brand new scope. The scope is kind of a letdown, but they got stainless steel parts on it. It kind of looks like an old airsoft scope.
Right.
But when you combine it, it looks pretty freaking awesome.
So it's New York compliant, though, right?
No,
I'm going to say no.
No, it's a gun. What's the matter with you, man?
You got to introduce this voice because I know he's going to have a big influence on the show today.
We have another fantastic guest with us today. He's worked with me at various ranges, and he's an Arizona peace officer. I got that right. I'm getting good at this.
Wow, good job. For that, you get some nice little round of applause there. Nicely done.
One day I should be able to say Pinal County, not worry.
Let's not.
Let's not go there. No, let's not go there. We have another Josh.
Another Josh. My name is Josh Logan.
Yeah, Josh Logan. We have Josh Logan and Josh. I don't know your surname. I never have.
It's
not bad.
I haven't told it.
No, okay.
There's a reason I haven't told it.
It's last name in colonial English.
Last name in colonial English. No, I don't know.
Surname.
The surname.
It's not surname. It's last name in colonial English.
I'm with you now. Yeah, surname works for me. Yeah, surname's cool.
I haven't said anything to him. I'm glad you did.
No, I'm going to earn my fish and chips in a minute, I swear.
All I'm going to say is he has a cooler last name.
What, than me?
Yes. Okay, out of the Joshes, he's got the cooler last name.
Okay, that works.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this out here.
I'll take one of two.
Okay, that one.
First or second.
Can we pin him down later and waterboard him until he tells me his name?
We can't comment on that.
Can we not?
No.
That's not going to happen.
That's,
We'll do that privately.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, no problem. Oh, you're in a world of
You
trouble
bring
there, Josh.
brand new friends on the show, and I'm just the producer you can waterboard.
Wow.
Absolutely. Well, now I have a friend. A friend. So, to my English listeners, friend will be very, very funny.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a TV program. The In-Betweeners. Hulu. Got a Hulu. In-Betweeners. Got to be. Enjoy. You'll like that.
And that's where the show dies down.
Wah, wah. You got a gong on there?
Not yet. I'm trying to find a specific British gong. You can't. You know how hard it is to find a British sounding gong?
We
Just
invented
for
gongs.
Paul.
We invented gongs.
Apparently, you invented everything.
We did. We did. Have you seen the British Empire?
Didn't they invent fireworks in China?
Yeah, but we gave them the recipe.
Is Al Gore from UK?
No.
He invented the internet.
Al Gore.
Yeah.
Didn't Al Gore invent everything?
Yeah.
He invented global warming, I believe.
Oh, my gosh.
It's the amount of hot air that emanates forth from Al Gore has heated up the world, and now we have no ice.
Mother
What can I say?
of God.
Are you glad you came to the show?
Oh, absolutely.
I saw a nice little tribute to Al Gore the other day. I got home and put my little girl to bed. My wife needed to go to sleep, so I let them all, kind of pass out. I heated up dinner, and I sat down. I turned on FXX, and they're running a marathon of The Simpsons now 5 days a week. So I said, sure, whatever. And there's Al Gore. Someone buys his book originally when he was vice president, and you see the trail from the satellites lining up, and it goes straight to the vice president's office, and someone comes running in the door and says, Mr. Gore, somebody finally brought your book. And he said, it's time to celebrate. And he put on a vinyl of Celebrate Good Times and just sat there tapping his finger.
Wow.
We reach on this show when
We
it comes
do.
to nerd
Yeah,
time.
I guess you had to be there.
Yes.
Okay.
We
Absolutely.
do.
We're there. So this is the best show we've done so far. Yeah. We never said it was good.
It must have been a long week for both of us.
It's
Too
been
much turkey.
Oh, too much. Way too much turkey. And I've done British gravy with Bisto and Oxo cubes, for those who know. Oh, and then you have to get the gravy, the bread, and dunk it in the gravy until there's no gravy left either. So then I went then I had 2 bottles of red wine, and then I went for a sleep for an hour and got up at 9 o'clock.
When did you start this process?
8:15 in the morning.
And you went all day?
Yeah.
You know you're not a Roman, right?
Might be.
Let's see. Let's run
I'm
the
half
list.
Maltese. I'm half Maltese. That's close. That's
Let's
near
run
Sicily.
the list of your accomplishments. Race car driver, actor, musician, motorcycle driver.
Yep. Mechanic.
Weren't you a messenger?
Yep.
Okay, mechanic, range mechanic,
Yep.
gunsmith,
Yep.
sales,
Yep. Retail store
retail
manager.
marketing, social media marketing.
Yep.
Didn't
Lorry driver. Coach
you
driver.
date the Queen once?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, she wasn't that good.
James Bond fill-in?
Yep, absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah, and then James Bond when I saw the light.
He's a backup stinger for Sting once too.
Absolutely. I've sold fire extinguishers, boats and helicopters, and cars for a little while.
Hopefully not all on the same day.
Boats and helicopters on the same day.
Oh, I was thinking like helicopters and fire extinguishers in the same day.
No, that was bad.
Typically a bad day.
It would be a good combination, to be fair, but yeah. we try. What else was sold? Guns. Sold guns now.
You had a busy day at the shop too.
I
sent you a message earlier just confirming at the same time, if we had any guests coming in, and he sends back, so sorry. And I could hear it in his British accent through text. So sorry.
Because it's so polite. It's so polite.
I know. It's just so sorry. Yes, we'll have 2 people in studio and completely jammed and smashed at the shop. So.
As the Queen would say, hey, do fuck off.
I was waiting for that first one.
Yep.
After that, you're good.
It's like a Band-Aid right off. Just get the first one done.
Yeah, no messing about. No, we've been rammed all day. It's the busiest the place has been for a year.
Good
Without
for you
question.
guys.
We had a wait of about half an hour earlier on. That's the first time we've done that for a long, long time.
Did you sell out of the Mossbergs you advertised?
No, we've still got 2 left.
Oh, that was a really good price.
It's still a really good price. It's a fantastic little rifle. We're down to, I think, we got one off in the sale in a couple of weeks, about $7.79. I can't remember off the top of my head, but really, really nice rifles. And I took mine to work today, and guess what?
Didn't fire it.
Correct.
Click.
Click.
This is
don't work.
3 episodes in a row now.
3 weeks on the trot. Will Paul shoot his gun? Grace is coming to work on Sunday to do a class.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the class later on.
Okay.
But she's doing the class later on. She will fire the gun before I will now.
So it's a perfect English gun. Yeah. It doesn't fire.
No. We invented guns. Have you ever heard the phrase...
Oh, gosh. Here comes the Holland story.
No. Have you ever heard the phrase, all the gear, no idea?
Yes.
Just imagine the British Army with the kit you've got.
Good
anyway.
Lord. That's why we won the war.
Oh, let me explain. You were 7 years late.
That's why we still have our firearms and they don't.
We don't need them.
And their
we're tough.
bobbies don't have firearms.
Because they're tough. They just look at you and go, And they just go...
Because they know that the people don't have guns.
They just go, the cops go, no, it's a fair cop, Gov. And they walk into the policeman's arms and go to prison.
When I was still doing stunt work out at Rawhide, and I don't want to say the officer's name because odds are she could be listening. She may know you. Probably. She was law enforcement in the UK.
Probably.
Professionally.
Yeah. I'll tell you a story about that.
She flat out said, I think she even went to Caswells because she got to talk about how she fired an automatic weapon.
Yeah.
And I said, really? Was that your first experience? She said, no, we got to look at them, but we can never fire them when we were there. I said, so what do you think of them here? They scared me. Seriously.
I'm going to get called I'm going to get accused of misogyny now. I learned that word the other day, so I wanted to use it, and that's what it's quite.
How much did you pay for that word?
I paid a lot for that word. I paid a lot for lots of words.
Oh, you paid too much?
That's a lovely word. Like mellifluous.
Is this Sesame Street?
I don't know.
Right?
I don't know.
The word of the day?
I think so.
I can't spell either of them.
The word on the street. Oh, God, he's going into his Elmo impression.
He does Elmo impressions?
I don't know. That
How long have you known this guy?
Here's a story for you. Josh had just started working with me at the range we were working at, and I'd taken my truck to Lowe's to get some stuff. Gone inside and they tried to nick it. Somebody tried to nick it.
Wait, time out. Before you finish the story. Did you notice how he tried to go completely Texas redneck when he said, my truck?
My truck? Oh, but if you saw his truck and he steps out, you'd be like, that doesn't match the truck.
Yeah.
He's like, what's up, mate? And you're like, what? You're thinking, hey, man, what's going on?
I love my dog.
You didn't help yourself by saying that.
But it is an impressive American truck.
It's a big old truck.
Okay. Yeah.
F-250 Super Duty crew cab.
I still haven't seen it yet.
Marca.
No, I'll bring it up next week. It's huge.
It's Marca.
It's a what?
But
I don't know what that
it's
is.
Marca.
Oh, Marca.
Fuck
yeah. So, anyway, that's another one for you for later. So Lowe's. That's it. So I park it outside Lowe's. Go inside. 10 minutes later, come back out. Get back in. Put the key in the ignition. The ignition isn't there. I thought, that's odd. It was there when I left. Right, and someone tried to steal it. They broke it in through the passenger door and ripped it all apart and tried to steal it and failed miserably. So I phoned the Great American Constabulary and wait an hour and a half or so. And who should rock up but Josh? Right now,
that is a true story.
Yeah. Now I've only known the man. I've known him for probably a week at that point, something like that. And I said, I know you from somewhere. And I said, yeah, we work in the same place. What? In American, obviously. And
was that your attempt at an impression of Josh?
No,
yes.
I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try.
Careful.
Because we're friends. We like to get on for a bit at least. I've fallen out with enough people this week. Jesus.
Did you have any idea when the call came in? Did you register it at all?
No. It was holding for an hour and a half. So he was the one that nobody wanted to go to.
Yeah.
You're like, vehicle burglary. No.
Don't want to go there.
No. But
and there I was.
Yeah, no, then I showed up and he steps out and then he starts talking. I'm like, I know this guy. Yeah. I know this guy.
Yeah. I've seen you somewhere before.
Yep.
There you go.
That's got to be a dangerous thought in the back of your head with your given profession. I know this guy.
Yes and no, because sometimes you go, I know this person for good reasons.
Yes.
Sometimes it's like, I know this person and I don't like you. Have we met professionally?
You are in so much trouble.
Yes. Back away. But yeah, that was funny because, that
was a fun night.
Yeah.
That was a great fun night. Trying to I used to be a mechanic, and my first experience of American mechanics was trying to make my truck start with no key, with a smashed ignition.
Because the ignition is gone.
There's nothing there. There's some various wires hanging out and lots of them. So, yeah, great.
Was that your first American robbery attempt?
I didn't make the robbery attempt. It was nothing to do with me. I wasn't there, Governor, honest.
Technically, it was a vehicle theft.
Okay, vehicle theft.
Vehicle theft, yes.
As a victim,
yes.
Was that your first?
It was a victim, yes. Absolutely.
Was it everything you hoped for?
It could have been. It could have been nicer. The weather could have been hotter. It could have had more food around. It would have been nice. But
I was about to say you could have got a gun stuffed in your face.
I could have. That could have been. That could have happened.
Oh man.
Yeah. All sorts of
things. I don't know if that's better.
No, that would have been worse.
Yeah, but knowing Paul, he probably would have looked at him and went, "Wait a minute, I want to capture this moment."
You know what would probably happen is he would have schmoozed him. It's like he probably would have schmoozed the guy. You want to go with tea and crumpets? And he'd go, okay.
I'd have probably sold him a gun.
Right. You don't want that.
Gonna say.
You don't want that high point. You want a Glock 23.
You want a nice 229. You do. So
right.
You want to conceal it when the police turn up.
Her Majesty's SAS carry that.
The SS carrier that I've ever sold. Oh, yeah.
And then the guy would have walked away and thanked you.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, or the other thing that would have happened, I'd have gone out and seen them there and then running across the car park and waded into one or both or several of them, which would have probably ended up very badly for me.
Yeah, because I always wondered, like, how many PPKs do you actually sell?
Very few. Almost none.
Really?
Yeah. Almost
I mean,
none.
you have the in for that.
Oh, God,
You know,
yeah.
you have the in for that. It's like, 007.
Yeah.
This is 007's going.
This is what James Bond carries, my son.
Oh, and you want a silencer with that?
Yeah, nice silencer on your gun, on your gun. No problem, Governor. There you go.
That's the perfect hashtag for you.
What's that?
Hashtag, would you like a silencer with that?
Governor.
Governor?
Governor.
Governor.
Okay, governor.
Yeah, Guvna. Governor.
Governor.
No, Governor. How do you think I sell guns? I talk like this, or even faster. I listen to myself on the radio.
I've watched you sell a gun.
You have, haven't you? Yeah,
I
good
did.
point, yeah. Okay.
I was there at the shop, and I kid you not, he's doing all these different things. He's fixing the range, and then these guys come over, and they're asking me why I'm there for something that I was there representing. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, they go, oh, yeah, we were supposed to look at a gun. And I looked at Paul, and I said, yeah, but they just came over to look at it. He opens up the case, says, which one? And in 30 seconds, he went from, this looks nice to, I must have this. Would you like my credit card, or would you like cash?
It's a gift. It's a gift. Just see me selling boats.
See, I think with you have the selling point is you could just be vague with your history. You could just go, what have you do in your past life? I could tell you, but I just can't tell you.
No, I would have to tell you.
I did.
Yeah. When I was in the SAS, this guy worked for me quite nicely. You know?
Me and Bear Grylls were just like that.
I'm there. What gun shop I bought? When I was in the SAS, this one was perfect. I'm there.
Oh, there you go. There you go. There's my money.
Or the other way of doing it, I didn't realise how fast I talked until I listened to the radio show the other day. Mm. I didn't realise. I had no idea.
You think you talk fast right now?
No,
Try
I
over
didn't.
the phone. I have to get my Google Translate sometimes.
Yeah, it's not.
That's a wonderful app.
Josh phoned me earlier on. Said, hello, mate. What can I do for you? He went, is Paul there? I said, yeah, it's me. Paul, is Paul there? Josh, it's me. Okay.
I'm trying to drive and translate at the same time. It doesn't work.
No, it doesn't.
Either people either get it or they don't. When I phone Nick's to do the Nick's checks, right? They know me. They all know me now. And at the end, you phone them.
The human robots?
Yeah, they're human.
Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Can you get the next number? And
Right,
what's your FFL number?
If I said to you at the end of the call, almost every time I do it, we love your accent, before they put the phone down. Every time.
Really, the
Every
robots,
time.
huh?
Seriously, yeah. Every time.
Click.
And they cut it off. It's weird.
I know what I've been meaning to tell you.
Go on.
I played an episode of this show
Yeah.
for a buddy of mine's grandfather who has been deaf since like 88. Okay? He's having trouble hard of hearing.
Yeah.
He really supports the Second Amendment.
Okay.
And every other word out of his mouth is, what? What? Because he can't hear anything.
Yeah.
I turned the episode on 15 minutes in. I really liked that guy. He
Well-
understood every word that came out of your freaking mouth.
How cool is that? See, what can I say? We invented language. We invented talking. Yeah, no, we're there. It's called English for a reason.
But your food stinks.
No,
your
no.
beer
How can you say that?
is
Fish and
warm.
chips. How can you say
Yes.
fish and chips
And your
stinks?
cars
Yes.
break down.
Our
Yeah.
cars are, no, but our cars
And
are,
no
Hey,
guns.
hey, in all fairness, Tilted Kilt wasn't perfected till it came to America.
we haven't got to do
And who wears kilts?
the Scottish,
Correct.
but still UK.
Oh, geez.
Or we taught them how to do
That's
that.
a stretch.
We built a wall to keep the men with skirts out. What can I say?
Gotcha.
Didn't folks from Scotland kick your butt too once upon a time in the 1300s?
Yeah, that's why we built the wall, so we didn't have to keep going up there and like knocking them out and stuff. You're thinking of Braveheart, aren't you?
Well, there was also the fact that, ghillie suits were invented by Scottish hunters.
That's to hide from us. And Braveheart is not a documentary.
And
No,
you
it's
wore
not
red
a
underwear.
documentary.
No,
It's
it's
very,
really
very inaccurate.
It is very accurate.
But last
yeah.
time I checked, they kicked your guys' butts a couple times.
No, they came down and had a bit of a row for a couple of years. Then we kicked them back up to Scotland and built a wall.
Yeah, and
Okay.
William Wallace kind of died.
Yeah.
You know,
He
at
did.
the hands of the English.
You know
wait.
the original London Bridge is in Lake Havasu?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So his head sat on that bridge.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kind of
that's
ruins
it.
it for you, doesn't it?
Now.
You know what'll ruin it for Paul? The original awesome James Bond that is Sean Connery
Yes.
is Scottish and not British.
Yes. No. He
And
is
he was
British.
knighted.
No,
Yes.
he is. The Scottish is British. It's
No,
not English. It's
there's
not
a
English.
difference.
No, there isn't.
Ask Sean
No,
Connery.
No, there isn't. You're Scottish and British, but you're not Scottish and English.
Isn't this a gun show?
Oh, my gosh.
Only by the skin of its teeth.
That was good. Great segue.
So
do you want to take a break?
Yeah, I think it's probably best before one of us
probably.
Our listeners are like, please.
Yeah, please have a break. We've had enough now. So we're going to have a little break, and we're going to come back with a nice man from a knife company, and then we're going to do some other interesting stuff.
Works for me.
Fantastic. So what? Oh, you got that music. Fantastic.
I'll see you when you get back, but I'll be up all night, still cleaning this gun.
Caswells, Mesa's premier air-conditioned indoor shooting range, has the largest selection of firearms and accessories in the East Valley. Highly trained, friendly staff instruct classes for any level, women and beginners included. Visit Caswells.com or come in just off US 60 in Stapley. You're listening to the Double Wide Network, where you can host your own radio show. If you're looking for a way to get out your message, welcome to the future. Dave Pratt's Double Wide Network offers you the opportunity to use our state-of-the-art studio to create your very own radio show. Our experienced and helpful production staff will help you every step of the way. Our free mobile app allows your listeners to take your show with them and play it live or on demand. Even if you're not in Arizona, we've got you covered with Skype technology so you can broadcast from anywhere in the world. Whether you're in it to grow your business, make a statement, deliver a message, or just have fun hosting your own show, the Double Wide Network can make it happen. The Double Wide Network always has your show ready to go. For more information, just visit us at doublewidenetwork.com.
I remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
Several of us were working to rescue a family.
The house collapsed on top of the cellar door and trapped them.
We had to use Humvees and heavy machinery to move massive trees and debris.
We got them out.
We helped a lot of people out.
It felt good to know I could really make a difference.
Because I'm a citizen soldier in the National Guard.
Be there the moment your community needs you. Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Caswells, Mesa's premier air-conditioned indoor shooting range, has the largest selection of firearms and accessories in the East Valley. Highly trained, friendly staff instruct classes for any level, women and beginners included. Visit Caswells.com or come in just off US 60 in Stapley.
And we have returned, like the proverbial bad penny, because we invented pennies as well. And history. We invented history.
You know, I really do want to keep this witty banter going, but there's sometimes I can't. You just got to let them have it.
Do you want to buy a gun?
Yes, actually.
We'll talk later. We now have a guest. Hello, Nate.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm having a good day. Have you heard the show so far?
I haven't. I've been so dang busy. I haven't had a chance to tune in.
I think you're probably the lucky. You're probably the luckier one of the three of us at the moment, one way or another.
I doubt that. I bet it's going fantastic.
Well, you're going to be on here next week. You're going to be on here for a nice long slot, but we're just going to do a little bit with you today about because you're with Ravencrest, aren't you? You own Ravencrest.
Correct. I'm one of the owners. There's 3 owners. I'm one of them.
Fantastic. So Nate bought us some knives in last week. Some really, really nice knives, a brand new range to us anyway. Tell both our listeners about your range of knives, Nate.
So basically, we're primarily a company that focuses on out-the-front knives. So those are knives that most people kind of attribute to being a quote-unquote switchblade.
Okay.
Just because of how it functions. It's a push-button knife where you push the button, the blade fires out, you push the button again, it fires back in. So they're what some people would term an automatic, yeah? Correct, okay. Right. So it's fully automatic in, fully automatic out. The difference between our knives and the switchblades are there's a lot of differences. There's a lot more engineering that goes into making an OTF knife than a switchblade. Switchblades are more of a novelty in our minds than an actual functional piece of an actual functional tool. We make our knives to actually be used and tortured, actually, and succeed. So we put all sorts of crazy videos on our website of us going to scrap yards and doing things that people actually write us and ask, like, did you do camera magic? You couldn't have done that. So that's our deal. We want to make a affordable, high-quality, out-the-front knife that's not only going to look good and be kind of a cool piece of man jewelry, if you will, in your pocket, but it's also going to be a functional tool.
Well, when I first saw your knives, because obviously we used to use we have Benchmade in the store.
Yes, fantastic.
The Benchmades are great knives, and we've sold them for a while. We get into the I can't remember the name of the Infidel, isn't it?
The
Infidel, correct, yeah.
When you get into the Infidels, they're like $400, $500. And
correct.
I've always wanted an auto, and I always thought that was, I could never afford $400 for a knife. My wife would kill me. She wears the trousers, big style. Hello, Grace.
I'm right there with you. Happy wife, happy life.
Absolutely, I'm there. God, she cooks a fantastic turkey. But anyway, we digress. And looking at your knives are very, very substantial. They're not as, what would I say, small and delicate as the Benchmades are. They're more chunky and more substantial. Substantial is a good word. But tell us how much they are, Nate.
In terms of pricing?
Yeah.
Pricing, so right now we range between $99 is our entry-level OTF knife, and our top of the line, the most expensive knife you could buy is $233, and that knife is custom built. As in, one, you can choose colors on either side of the knife. You choose the color of your glass breaker. You choose the color of your trigger. You choose your blade. Like, you're building your own custom knife. It's a one of a kind. Yeah. That's our most expensive.
So I've got one of your knives now, and it's a fantastic piece of kit. Well, I had one engraved for someone during the week. The engraver thought it was a great knife, especially for the price. And, I can't justify $400 for a knife. I can certainly justify a couple of $100 for a knife, without question, especially one of this quality. Real nice knife. And it's not as if it hasn't got a warranty.
No, that's the other thing that we really separate ourselves. We're not one of those companies that believes in knocking other people's products, because we actually, believe it or not, we're huge fans of all the other knife makers. I mean, we like Microtech, we like Benchmade, we like Cold Steel, we like all those guys. We think what they're doing and what they've done has led the way for people like us. So we give them a lot of respect, and we never knock them. But at the same time, we realize that there are differences in our companies, and one of those huge differences is what you alluded to, is our warranty, where our warranty is we feel that we have the best warranty of any knife maker out there right now, where we have a no questions asked return warranty guarantee on our knives. If you break it, you throw it off the cliff. As long as you can pick up a few pieces of it, send it back in, you get a brand new knife, or we fix it. Also, every one of our knives are hand sharpened here locally in Gilbert. We use a gentleman called Wayne Brazda out of the Clipper Shack, which actually a lot of people probably know that name. He's a local legend for sharpening. He hand sharpens every one of our knives, and that hand sharpening is also included in the warranty. So
wow.
we do this because what we've heard in the past is that people will buy the Benchmades and they'll buy the Microtechs, and they love them because they're fantastic products, but they won't use them.
Yeah.
Because they spent so much money on them, they're afraid of damaging them.
It's like buying a brand new Range Rover and never taking it off road.
Exactly right.
Exactly
you buy that $100,000 SUV, and you realize, well, I'm not going to take it off road. I don't want to scratch it because the warranty doesn't cover that. With us, we basically say we're going to make an affordable knife. It's again, Microtech, those guys, they use different levels of materials. They're using things that are custom to. I mean, they're on a whole nother level. They're fantastic. But what we do is also fantastic. It's just geared towards a different market. We're looking at the everyday man. But at the same time, keep in mind, we have operators that are in Afghanistan, that are local police officers, that are DEA agents, that carry our knives every day and use them in the field. So they are functional. They're not a toy. Like, I'll put our knife up against any of the competitors in terms of durability. We price it right so people can afford it. Because, again, I'm a knife junkie. This is how I got into this. I am a true, at the core, knife lover. And I needed to find a way to either profit off of it or I was going to lose all my money. So I found a way to produce this really amazing product at an affordable cost where it hasn't been really done before. And then we can have the warranty, which kind of, there's really no questions asked when it comes to that.
It's a great value piece of kit. And Josh, who's with us today, Josh is a peace officer, and he's playing with his nice blue one at the moment. You can hear that.
The Fallen Heroes model.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. The Fallen Heroes model, for those that don't know, it's kind of it's a model we came out with that's to honor the 2 Chandler police officers that unfortunately passed away last month within the same week. I personally have a family who are Gilbert police officers, Mesa police officers. I have friends that are Chandler police officers, that are Phoenix police officers. So I have a real heartfelt, appreciation for these people that go out there and do what they do for us, because, they don't get appreciated at all. And most of the time the press is bad. So this was one time where we were like, let's turn something bad and at least do something for these families and do something for the police community, because we really appreciate them.
Absolutely. And if anyone wants to pick one of those up, you can certainly do it through Caswells. And you're coming on the show next week, aren't you, Nate? So we can talk some more about what you do and what you do with the law enforcement community. For
sure, absolutely. Yeah, I'm really excited to come in again next week and really dive into to what we're about, as a company and what makes us different.
You get to come to the studio next week and join the madness. No,
I'm excited for that. I've never been in a live studio before. That's going to be like, I'm going to feel like I'm going to Howard Stern or something. That's going to be crazy. You got to understand, I'm a very easily impressed person. It doesn't take much, like little shiny things. Like I'm pretty easily impressed. It doesn't take much.
No, you've met me. Seriously.
Yeah. So you and I both high five. It doesn't like I'm a very simple man. Like I'll laugh at fart jokes and boob jokes all day long. Like I'm that guy.
In that case, you're going to have a fantastic afternoon, mate.
Yeah.
Don't expect highbrow. I think you're a horrible disappointment. Believe me. Nice one. Okay, Nate. Thank you very much. I know it's just a quick short one today. Because you're at a birthday party today. Is that right?
Yeah, my daughter's turning 6, so we're doing the day, taking her out and making her feel like a princess. So
fantastic.
That's been my day.
Bring it down to the range sometime. We'll go shooting.
Absolutely. No, that's fantastic.
Yeah, we'll do something for that. Nice one. Thank you very much, Nate. I believe we're going to go to a quick break before we go to the next bit, and we'll see you next week. I'll give you a shout during the week. Thank you, Nate.
One thing I really want to throw out there before I go is that if people get a chance, we are doing some insane Black Friday and Christmas specials right now.
Fantastic.
Hit the website up or contact you guys, whatever. We're doing some things that you don't want to miss them.
Excellent. If you go to the Caswells Facebook site later on, or drop me a mail on paul@radiocaswells.com. If you send me the details, Nate, I'll put them on the website tonight.
Perfect.
Fantastic. And we'll talk next week. And we've got lots of stuff for Christmas, haven't we?
Yeah, we'll be talking. You won't get me to shut up.
That's good, because we've got a pad an hour.
Fantastic. I got it. I got plenty of content. I'll even juggle for you. Doesn't work good for radio, but it's kind of fun for people in the studio.
That's right. We can do Skype, can't we, Josh? We can do Skype.
Of course we can.
Skype works.
You got a phone? We'll video it and we'll throw it up on YouTube and put it on the landing page.
I was lying. I can't juggle. I was putting it out there thinking you guys would turn it down. If I could juggle knives, I think I'd sell a lot more of them. But
how about a knife demo?
No, I'll tell you what would make really good.
Get one of the tilted girls. You can throw knives at the
board. What a damn fine plan.
He needs to come back on this show.
Tie it in.
What about we having thrown knives at tilted kill guys and then attempting for the first time to juggle with knives? That would make a really good video. Nate, you'd suffer a bit, but you've got to suffer for your art.
Scottsdale Fire is going to have to be on scene, though.
We joke about this, but believe it or not, I have a bid out there for a juggler who's going to be juggling some knives for us for a little video. So
that works.
Keep your eye out. We do crazy things on our website, juggling knives, putting them through stupid washing machines and things that you should never do with your knife, but they can do. We do them.
we could be your juggler's first attempt at fame and fortune.
As long as there's no clowns.
No clowns. You don't like clowns?
Yeah, no clowns.
No clowns. Don't like clowns.
We're a no clown company.
What about if we bring a clown and dispatch him with a knife? How cool is that?
We're going to get to that to the home defense.
Ah, cool, yeah, thanks. Yes. It's my 007 coming out of me, what can I say? It's the whole James Bond thing. Thank you very much, Nate. We shall continue the madness. Enjoy. Say hello to your daughter for us, and we shall speak to you next week. Much. No problem. Thank you very much for taking the time to speak to us.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Away we go, Josh. Find me a break. There we go.
remember the moment.
I'll never forget that moment.
As long as I live.
As long as I live.
Several of us were working to rescue a family.
The house collapsed on top of the cellar door and trapped them.
We had to use Humvees and heavy machinery to move massive trees and debris.
We got them out.
We helped a lot of people out.
It felt good to know I could really make a difference.
Because I'm a citizen soldier in the National Guard.
Be there the moment your community needs you. Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Arizona National Guard. Aired by the Arizona Broadcasters Association and this station.
Learning to shoot is a valuable skill. Learn at Caswells, Mesa's premier indoor shooting range. Fully certified instructors and highly trained staff are ready to help place personal safety back in your hands responsibly. Comprehensive training for all levels, plus new classes for women and beginners. Caswells offers the largest selection of firearms and accessories in the East Valley. Come to Caswells to train, shoot, and have fun. Visit us at Caswells.com or just off the US 60 and Stapley Drive in Mesa. You're listening to the Double Wide Network, where you can host your own radio show. If you're looking for a way to get out your message, welcome to the future. Dave Pratt's Double Wide Network offers you the opportunity to use our state-of-the-art studio to create your very own radio show. Our experienced and helpful production staff will help you every step of the way. Our free mobile app allows your listeners to take your show with them and play it live or on demand. Even if you're not in Arizona, we've got you covered with Skype technology, so you can broadcast from anywhere in the world. Whether you're in it to grow your business, make a statement, deliver a message, or just have fun hosting your own show, the Double Wide Network can make it happen. The Double Wide Network always has your show ready to go. For more information, just visit us at doublewidenetwork.com.
And that's the wedding music.
That is not wedding music.
It is. It's the wedding music when the dads dance about 11 o'clock at night.
My pappy is a pistol, I'm a son of a gun is wedding music.
Yeah. This is where I come from. I used to be a DJ as well. I was for two nights. I was a DJ.
To quote Paul, I'm going to phone him because I know this guy. I've worked with this guy. I'm going to phone him one day because he's been to the UK, been all over Europe. I'm going to ask him, do you see this as wedding music?
I'm sure Audi don't see their cars as racing cars, but I'm sure that Smart think their cars are really, really nice, but clearly they're not.
Can you make one American motor vehicle reference at all, other than your truck?
See, other than your truck, you just killed me there. The first time I came to America, I rented a Mustang convertible.
Okay.
And we went off on a big road trip and went all over the place.
Now, wait a minute. What year was the Mustang? Do you know?
It was relatively new.
And it was a V6, wasn't it?
It was, yes. Sadly,
yes.
I know. Yeah. I know that now.
See, I knew it.
I know that now.
I knew it.
I got it. Just for you.
Thank you.
I rented it. He told me it was a V8. I knew it as soon as I got in it was a V6, but it looked cool anyway. It looked very cool. It's on my Facebook about 4 years ago.
I can't believe they let you rent one. You're like, we drive on the right side of the road here.
No, you drive on the wrong side of the road, but I can cope, you know. I can cope. You know, we invented driving.
Jeez. Really?
We did. No, we seriously did. No, the Germans did. But, then we bombed them, and then we...
Okay, so you invented folks in the UK invented driving. They invented the perfect automobile.
Yep.
Aren't they also the population, that extended and just maxed out their natural resources and took down every last tree in the forest and then... had to start stealing from everyone else?
Well, no, that's why we had an empire. We went out and civilized the world, and as a byproduct of civilizing the world, they gave us stuff. Yeah.
I guess.
They gave us stuff. What can I say?
Okay. No, you took stuff. Let's get that straight.
we took stuff in turn for civilizing them.
So if you rob somebody, they give it to you.
No, because
if you point a gun in somebody's face, they just give it to you.
It's a fair exchange. We bring them civilization, they give us stuff.
Oh.
Or we take stuff in return for civilizing them.
Good Lord.
What can I say?
He talks like that, and I swear to God, it's like an episode of Star Trek. You do.
One day I'm going to walk out of here and get murdered by someone. I can see it coming.
No.
One day.
Easy.
Yeah.
That's a slippery slope right
Absolutely.
there.
Yeah, I don't fancy any of that. That's going to go
You
badly.
got a fan club. You really do.
Probably. Already.
What was it?
Well, I'm married, so.
El Salvador. I got listeners listening to you in El Salvador now.
Really?
Yep.
That works.
Canada. Well, that's a given. Everybody in Canada likes
Alaska.
Paul.
We've got Alaska as well, and Spain and UK.
Yeah, got Spain and the UK. Yeah.
So on that basis, I am a star, and that water needs to be 28 degrees next week, or there'll be trouble. Okay.
Let me ask you something. If you really come in here and there's a sign on that cup that says 28 degrees, trust me, and it's an open container of water, are you really going to trust it?
Nope.
Not to get all scientific, but if that water is 28 degrees, you won't be drinking it because it's going to be frozen.
Not if
Do you want to build a snowman?
Not if it's Fahrenheit.
You know, he's been getting a lot of correct things going so far this episode, so... I'm just saying, man.
You've never played with those noises as much as you have today, you know that, don't you?
Nope. And I intend to find more.
You're getting into your stride now, aren't you? There you go. So to move to the serious part of the show.
Right.
The serious part of the show. Da, da, da. Anyway.
I don't have that. I don't have
a serious part.
I don't think I understood what you said.
Okay. We're back to
what we've been talking about.
Yeah, we're back to that already.
The subject at hand.
Yeah. So up north in the country, I understand that people have been rioting for freedom, looting for freedom. In fact, because looting for freedom is an age-old hobby, I believe. You know, why would you not loot for freedom? Stealing 10 pairs of Air Jordans is going to sort all the problems out, isn't it?
They just wanted Black Friday early.
Well, yeah, and they got it, didn't they?
They did.
Crazy situation. I'm not going to go into it too much, but crazy situation. No matter where you come down on whether the guy's right, wrong, or indifferent makes no difference. How do you loot for freedom? How does that ever work? It makes no sense. And there's a thing I put up on my Facebook earlier on where there's a petrol station, gas station, where the guy had employed most of the town at some point in the last 10 years, and all these guys had been surrounding this place, armed to the teeth with AR-15s, just defending this one petrol station. Mm-hmm. And I put it's on my own Facebook page. It's the only uplifting thing I've seen during the week to do with anything to do with Ferguson, but equally it's so depressing, ridiculously depressing.
Violence begetting violence.
Absolutely, and it achieves what? What have they? All they've really done is smash up their own neighbourhood. And it was the same as the London riots in
I think I saw that too. I don't know if there was if it was actually factually based, but there was a report saying one of the rioters accidentally burnt down his own home.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
while being in the middle of the riots.
It wasn't factually based, but it made me laugh so much.
It did. Yeah. I mean, that would just be justice.
Yeah. But they're smashing up their own place, and it was the same in the London riots in 2010. Over the same sort of thing, kid got shot who was a drug dealer or whatever, and they smashed up most of London over the course of 3 days. And then they said, well, we've got no amenities. Well, you've burned them down. You know, where do you want to go with this? And it's just ridiculous. But that's my personal opinion. But anyway, so that brought me on to, at Caswells, some of the instructors, a couple of our most experienced instructors, Ray and John, have put together a handgun stroke home defence class. So, because the thought being that people come to Caswells and they will spend an absolute fortune, at my behest normally, on some fantastic firearms, body armour, bullets, hollow points. They'll say, I want 145 grain, not 135, because it does this, right? And then they'll take it home, put it in a box, and never shoot it. Or they'll shoot it on the range and then never have a plan to use it. You know, they'll be sitting in their house at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. If somebody bursts in the house, where's the gun? Locked in a safe in the bedroom. Right? So there's no plan. There's no defence plan. And this is what this class aims to address. Now, I know Josh has been part of looking at this over the last few weeks. Tell us a little bit more about it, if you can, Josh.
Yeah, I started my career in the United States Air Force. I was a security forces member there. I was stationed in wonderful Minot, North Dakota.
Cool.
My coldest day ever working was 70 below zero.
Oh, that's so cold.
Yes. Yeah, I worked on there. I worked in the missile field there up there, and the nuclear weapon sites. So the ballistic missile sites where the silos are, we secured those. Did that for 4 years. I was on the tactical team.
Wow.
Got into law enforcement, worked for a law enforcement agency in Minot. Worked there for 2 years, and then came back home where my family is at, here in wonderful sunny Arizona.
Cool.
Worked and started working here as a police officer in the great state of Arizona for now almost 3 years now. Became a certified NRA instructor for basic pistol in 2011. I've been teaching firearms before that, but got certified by the NRA at that time. Worked for many ranges teaching firearms. My specialty and my pride and joy is teaching the mindset of what we're going to talk about tonight, as well as the proper use of a firearm to defend oneself. Those two weapons, both your mind and the potential firearm, is the key in surviving, not winning. It's a lot of people say they win these encounters. It's truly surviving.
Yeah.
That's where I kind of geek out. We made a Trekkie reference earlier there. This is where I say live long and prosper. That's where I really geek out on that aspect, is the mindset in the use of firearms. I love teaching firearm safety, but when somebody truly wants to get into this realm, that's where I really get passionate about what I do.
Because I find a lot of people will buy. I was having a conversation with a woman today. She'd bought an XDS 45 at the behest of her husband, whatever it was, and she can't rack it because she's got hand problems. Because
it's
an XDS 45,
gun.
it's got a huge spring on it.
It's essentially putting a 454 American engine into one of your used to be British Mini Coopers. So.
Oh, we're going to have so much fun with this.
And it's a tough gun. It's an XDS 45. That's a very, very small gun for a very, very powerful round.
And it's a very difficult gun to manipulate because it is such a heavy slide on it.
Absolutely.
And to me, it was a classic case of she'd been told she needs a 45 to stop them immediately. And this is something I've only been doing this 2 years. I've learned a huge amount from you and the other instructors.
Appreciate that.
And something I've said week after week after week on here, something I read a while back. There was a combat medic who I read something about, who said that he's never known, or I think he's known twice, of someone who's been shot and been immediately incapacitated and can't shoot back. So whether it's a 45, a 9, a 40 or a 380, it makes very little difference. If you can hit them with a 9, it will have almost exactly the same effect as a 45.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of bloggers out there and mall ninjas and forum writers out there that literally say, if it's not a 45, then it won't do anything. In my experience in looking at both police shootings, law enforcement shootings, and citizen shootings, statistically, handguns are really not man stoppers. If you look at the Ferguson thing, for example, Mr. Brown was 6'5", almost 300 pounds.
Yeah.
And there's been some debate on how many shots have been fired, and I think there was 6 rounds that struck Mr. Brown in a matter of 90 seconds. That's a long time. Yeah. That's a very long use of force incident, and he didn't die. If you look on YouTube, there's a poignant one. There's a poignant one with it was a dash camera, and the officer stops this car. Guy gets out in a full army fatigue style uniform, starts shooting at the officer. The officer then returns fire, fires a few rounds, but then shoots the suspect in the chest. What later find out is it severs his aorta, one of the largest arteries in his body. That's essentially the plug for your heart. Yeah. That's the biggest vein, the biggest artery in your body. And he took the shot. He got in his car and drove 25 yards away. And then the car veers off because that's when he dies. Yeah. But he drives another 25 yards down the roadway. So it's and when I start teaching it, it's really not about what you hit them with. Now there is a certain degree. People ask me what's the magic bullet, and I say, really, it's a 12 gauge 1 ounce slug round. But there's really only a few shooters. There's really only a few shooters that can really do that work with that type of shotgun. So, it's really about accuracy. It's really about mindset and then manipulation of the firearm.
And preparation.
That's the key.
Again,
Absolutely.
it's preparation.
Absolutely.
Going back to what you were saying about the multiple shots, there's a feed I'm taking on my own Facebook page, which I'll be running up onto the Caswells page soon, of a company that does training, and they do commentated videos. And there's one I was looking at this morning where there was a guy who wanted to carry out a hit on another guy. So there were 2 guys in a room. Room's about 15 feet square, something like that. They wait for the guy to come in. There's a gun battle between the 3 of them for about a minute and a half. They must have put 8 or 9 rounds into him. Yeah. Right? Then they make their escape, and he still took another 15 minutes to die.
Yeah. I mean, it
is what it is.
It is what it is. I mean, and that's why when we get into this world of home defense, I truly call it a dark art, because when somebody wants to go from shooting targets to this world that I kind of live in, and those that choose to live in, the awareness state. Without stealing Colonel Dave Grossman's theory is, you're either a sheep or you're a sheepdog. And there are wolves out there, so you can either lay down and let the wolf take you, i.e., be a victim, or you can stand up and say, not today.
Absolutely.
And at the end of the day, there may be some monosyllabic 4-letter words that may be said in that thing, and it's nasty and it's ugly, but it's not meant to scare. It's just meant to make people realize that this is the world we live in, and this is the world that you choose to live in, as well as be aware of.
Absolutely. And again, we joke about living in London. Well, we have no guns in London, so you do have to be probably more aware of your surroundings than you would with the gun, because there is no leveler. You have no leveler. Here you can be sort of 5 foot high, a 5 foot high young lady who weighs 120 pounds and carry a 938, which is going to level you with anybody who's going to try and cause you
as Sam Colt. God created man.
Exactly.
Sam Colt created him equal.
Exactly. I like
exactly.
that. I must use that more often. And that's the thing. But to have it as a leveler, you have to know what you're going to do with it.
Absolutely.
And it's all about preparation. It's about planning and practice.
Absolutely.
So, this is where this class is so good. It leads you from basic manipulation of the gun, what the gun parts are, what the sights look like, how you rack it, how you clear it, to real advanced stuff of planning how you would defend your house. You know more about that.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the plan is really key with that mindset. Like I said, that is the first weapon that you have, that knife, that sharp knife, because it truly is a weapon. Sharpening your skills, that knife in your toolbox is key, because I've literally seen it from military training, from law enforcement training, as well as civilian training. We've done use on force on force, especially with like simunitions, as well as some ranges have the simulator, firearm simulator, and I've seen students back down from a lethal threat. And that person literally was going to kill them. I had one student just recently. His I would say what I call the line in the sand was literally at his toe tips. Wow. He literally let somebody walk up on him with a knife in a simulator, mind you. We're not playing real games because I'm standing here. But he literally walked up. He literally walked up on the guy, and the guy had a knife, and he was being belligerent. He's like, "Well, he wasn't. He said he wasn't going to stab me." I'm like, whoa.
Well, hang on.
Okay. Yeah. But I mean, he's a professional. He's been a professional all his life. He lives in a very courteous world, and so, all I really wanted to do was I threw him in the simulator with no training. I didn't give him any training, and that's why I call it the crucible. I call it my crucible. I give him about 5 scenarios, and I let them see what this is, and based on their experiences or lack thereof training. And it's really just an eye-opener. It's a really, as Colonel Grossman says, it's a stress inoculator, so that they get used to being stressed out. And so with this home defense plan, we develop a plan that we can, at 3:00 in the morning, somebody busts in your door, and you don't have to think about it, because it really, when we talk about this stuff, it's really key with the regards of this stuff has to be instinctual.
Absolutely. It goes back to driving. If you drive a stick shift, you don't look at the clutch pedal and then look at your hand when you change gear.
Correct.
It's exactly the same thing.
Correct. You should be focusing on the road ahead of you in the world of driving, as well as the world around you in a I don't want to use this term, but a gunfighter role, because that's truly what it is. I mean,
great.
we're talking about that because it's just like sending your kids to karate. Yeah. You teach them, okay, this is fun. You get discipline. Maybe they won't get bullied. They get some self-esteem. But then when they start to get older, you're going into the martial side of that art. It's not the art as much as it is the martial side of it. As okay, we're going to use this to defend ourselves. You send the kid and he's got a white belt and he's 6 years old or 8 years old. Oh, it's cool. It's fun. They get to hang out with their friends. But then if you want to go into that world, it changes gears, and again, I hate to be stealing from Colonel Grossman all the time, but he just has great words. When we talk about shooting, it is truly 75% physical and 25% mental. when we're into gunfighting, the world of home defense and self-defense, it is truly 75% mental and 25% physical.
Oh, can't believe it.
It is truly
yeah.
a thinking man's game.
Yeah.
So with regards to that, we have to think when we have time. And when we go to these classes and stuff like that, that's when we have time. We develop a plan with our family. And that's the other thing with regards to this. With regards to this here is the family. They have to be on board. You can't just be
absolutely.
You can't be that. So taking this information and sending it home with your family, that's really important. Yeah. And I've been looking at the lesson plan, and it's truly the basics of what it is.
Well, this is the first part of what is going to be a connected, homogeneous. A connected, homogeneous set of classes.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the HD 100. This is a basic weapons handling, weapons, so on and so forth. The HD 200, which is in the planning stage at the moment, which we're going to be running probably mid-July. Mid-January. That's going to be more geared to being surprised when you can't get to your weapon, more unarmed, less than lethal. Approaches. And again, just simple stuff with this. The dichotomy between keeping your gun safe from kids who may find it and hurt themselves with it, right, to having the gun available if you should need it really, really quickly.
That is very sketchy. That is a very polarized. Gun control right now is so polarized, and you're never gonna get a gray area. It's going to be black and white for most people. Yeah. So that's a great topic.
It's always made me think that one, because I've got no kids, but I have friends who have kids.
Yeah, so I've got a 2-year-old. I've got a 2-year-old at home. I mean, if she can't eat it, she's gonna mess with it. That's just the way it is. She's gonna mess around with it. If she can't put it in her mouth, she can't eat it. She's just gonna mess with it. So and that's the reality of my job. I have guns around, and so you don't want to become that statistic.
Absolutely. There's nothing sadder.
No,
nothing sadder than those news stories.
No, absolutely not.
Terrible thing.
No.
And again, we run classes that have helped with that, with the NSSF classes, our own family safety classes.
Sure.
They've helped with that, and this is going to produce a plan where you're not only keeping the family safe from themselves and from kids finding guns in houses, it's about using the guns that you've actually got to defend your family should you need to.
Absolutely.
And that's what this is about. That's why you spend all the money buying this stuff.
Exactly. And that's the thing. That's what really has kind of frustrated me with the firearms business as of late. Being in this world for a bit of time is a lot of these big box stores, they don't really sell the aspect of self-defense because they want to make it fun.
Oh yeah.
And this class can be fun, but it takes on a serious note. And for those people that really want to take it seriously and really want to protect themselves, this is perfect for them. And this is an eye-opening experience for me, and it's a breath of fresh air because seeing bigger ranges taking that's great. That's amazing.
It's a great. My wife's doing it on Sunday. This class. I'm welding the range up again. I will keep it going if it kills me. But she's doing the class at the weekend because she's relatively new to it. She's even newer than I am to it.
Yeah.
So she's gonna be learning, and it's so essential. We've got friends who bring kids in next door. It would destroy me if anything ever happened with that.
Sure.
Equally, you read stories about people busting in the house in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Equally, I'm going to deal with that.
That's most people's worst nightmares after
Absolutely.
Clowns.
Yeah.
So.
It's always clowns, but always there were clowns.
I don't like clowns. Sorry.
No, I don't like frogs.
Oh.
That's not French people, you understand. But I don't like them either. But the little green things, don't like them. Horrible, nasty. They carry guns and everything. They're awful.
Are you talking about seals?
No, frogs.
Oh, okay.
Frogs. Yeah.
Okay. Frogs?
Yeah, I hate them.
Anyway.
Horrible. If you want to see me scream and run out this building, bring a frog in.
You shouldn't have told me that.
Well, I'll shoot it. Badly, because I'm not very good.
I still don't know how accurate you are.
Come shooting next week.
So you're not teaching your wife, right?
No, God.
Okay, because that's the first rule in firearms instructions. Yeah. You don't teach your wife.
I wouldn't teach her to drive or shoot.
Oh no, he's not teaching his wife. Okay. I'm teaching his wife.
Yeah,
very good, sir. Yeah. Very good.
Oh no, but I'm not teaching her anything with actual ammunition.
We have Josh will be doing something else with us. There's a bit of a secret at the moment, but something with us in mid-December as a little surprise for Caswells.
Single action.
Yeah. We'll talk more.
We'll talk holiday action. Gotcha.
We'll talk off air.
There you go.
So I can see you coming back, Josh. Will you come back?
Whenever you'll have me.
Fantastic.
Whenever you'll have me.
You don't need to be saying things like that because you'll be here most weeks, believe me. You know it makes sense.
Great.
So I believe we're just about out of time now, aren't we?
We
We're
are.
getting there. So just this weekend, we've now got some bulk ammunition. We've got bulk ammunition. I'm so happy.
What do you got?
9mm, 9, 40 and 45.
Okay.
No, I can't remember all the prices.
Oh,
apart from
come on.
9mm, that's $279. I did have the prices. Actually, I've got it in my phone, but I very much doubt I can do it in the time.
Oh
so
my
I'm
gosh!
not even
Look at
gonna
that
try.
phone. That
I
thing
know. Isn't it good?
Want.
It's like a mini boat anchor.
I just got the 6, and it's been amazing.
Nice.
The iPhone 6.
I just make phone calls and talk to people. I've got a computer to do the rest. What can I
Really?
say?
You're not going to say that the British created the cell phone?
We did create a cell phone.
Alexander Graham Bell, the
Yep.
American.
It came from England, I believe. And
Was that Wikipedia?
There was actually
He put that on Wikipedia,
there was
didn't he?
actually-
Yeah, he
Change
did.
that.
He did.
Or did you say it a Holiday Inn
no,
Express?
There was actually no. There was another guy. I can't remember who invented it first. And Alexander Graham Bell stole it from him.
You mean
Tesla?
Nicholas Tesla
No, I don't think it was Tesla. I can't remember now.
or Marconi?
Could be Marconi. I can't.
Marconi.
I'll find out by next week. I'll find out and let you know because Bell stole it. There you go. It was a German guy. I can't remember now. I'll find out next week. See, I know these things. What can I say?
One
invented
time
the
at
computer.
Wikipedia camp.
But if we hadn't invented the computer, the phone would be superfluous.
I really want to know what your Google history is at home.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you really don't.
Yeah, I do.
No,
Just ask the NSA.
No, yeah, no. I was looking for a dentist, honest.
I'm not touching that one.
No.
I'm leaving that one all alone.
Well, they said that as well. There you go. But I've had a good day today. I've been to the immigration people. They were nice to me. I was in and out in about 10 minutes. I was a happy man. Yeah, what can I say? I had to go get my biometrics done. This normally takes an hour. I was in and out in 10 minutes. How cool is that?
Outstanding.
Means you get to keep me for another little while yet.
I like it.
Aren't you lucky?
All I need to do is make one phone call.
Don't be nasty
and he's
now.
outta here.
Don't be nasty now.
He has that power and a brand new shiny phone
I'm
to
not
back
touching
him
that.
up.
I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole.
That's a sentence I've heard many, many times.
Yeah.
And on that happy note,
Yeah.
gentlemen, it's been a pleasure once again.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, Josh and Josh. Josh 1 and Josh 2. You're Josh 1 and you're Josh 2 because Josh 1 was here first. And Josh,
Sure.
Yep, there you go. We'll think of a name for you for next week.
Oh gosh.
That should be fun.
You want him to have an alias?
Only, gosh, Josh. Anyway, we'll think of something. I'll
Better
think
be
of
something
somebody
good.
It'll be something good for me. You may not like it. Anyway.
I go buy a gun.
You want to buy a gun? It's not a problem. I'll take you.
Not from you.
I think on that note, we need to get out of here.
Thank you very much, the wonderful world of Phoenix, and I shall speak to you all next week.
See y'all at the
Thanks,
range.
guys. And see you at the range.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Caswells Shooting Show. For more info, just go to Caswell's radio show on the doublewidenetwork.com. Listen live worldwide every Friday at 4 p.m. and then on demand 24/7 as we shoot to thrill with Paula Bella and Carol Ann Bergeson. Caswell's Shooting Range.